Rachel has been kidnapped. She's been taken to an abandoned warehouse. I know the Joker is behind this. There's only one way to stop him, and that's to find Rachel, get her to safety, and then put an end to the Joker once and for all. There are so many routes I could take to get to Rachel, so many possibilities in the routes I could take when finding her, and then taking her to the hospital. I've drawn out this map to help me calculate the number of routes it could take to find her, and then the number of ways it would take to take her to get to the hospital. Starting off in the top left corner, I can only go southeastern direction until I find Rachel. That means I can only go down and left. There is a huge fire engrossing the building, and I have to be sure to avoid it as best as possible. That means that I can only walk on the edges of those paths and not in between them. So when I start off at the top leftmost intersection, I must either go down or right. The fire which is happening limits the ways I can go. The method I used to calculate the number of different routes there are was Pascal's triangle. Pascal's triangle is a triangular arrangement of numbers where one is in the first row and each number in the succeeding rows is the sum of the two numbers above it in the preceding row. The number at each intersection indicates the number of ways reaching that particular intersection. If you tilt the map so that the starting point is at the top, you can see a triangle being formed. With some of the missing parts, each number is the sum of the two intersections above it. The number of ways of reaching a particular intersection is carried on to the next intersection below or to the right of it, and added with the intersection beside it. 5 intersections down and 1 intersection to the left. At 4, there is a zip line I could potentially take. If taken, the number of ways can be reduced because I would be avoiding 2 intersections in between and going straight across to another, a little closer to Rachel. Once I get to Rachel, who is located um, at the point where there's 98 possible ways, which is at the bottom right corner of the grid, I can get to my Batmobile and then follow the pathways drawn on here only in a southwestern direction all the way until the hospital. That means that I can only go down and left. The amount of ways to get to Rachel is 98, and the amount of ways to get to the hospital after rescuing Rachel is 1470. Finding the shortest route will be difficult, but at least I have all the routes found out. Wish me luck, but more importantly, wish him luck because I won't spare the Joker after this.